Hello, everyone. This is JPO, and today I'm joined with.
Christopher,
Yes, and we are sadly the podcast name in brackets.
sadly.
Sadly. We say that because last week's recording of this episode was gone. And that was a really long episode. We talked about a lot of things. You watched the Nolan trilogy for the first time.
Yes.
You talked about things. Now that's gone.
We talked about X.
Pureflix?
Yes.
Yes, a couple things.
You roasted my music.
I roasted your music. You sent me an album, Best of 2021. I think I liked two
songs.
I like is like a big word. I tolerated two. The rest
That's
I thought were weird.
He liked Danielle Appicella's Fly, the jazzy tune, and or tolerated. Because you more or less like the music, and that's it for that one.
Right, yeah.
And then Cassia Ann's Simplicity. Would you say you might have liked that one more?
No.
No, you like the jazz one better?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he barely liked my jazz one. That's perspective for you guys.
I liked your jazz because of the jazz.
Yeah,
I like Simplicity for the way they said simplicity.
That was literally the only reason?
Probably not, but that's the one that stuck to my head.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. I'm still a little hurt, but at the same time, it was hilarious, like hearing John, like not liking my stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the second time now where I talked about your music and we don't have that recording.
Oh no, we still have that recording.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm sure I have it. I just don't want to look for it because I don't. No, Let me write that down and I'll try to pull it up today.
Anyway,
I just freaking closed Discord. I write all my notes in Discord, and I freaking closed Discord.
We also briefly talked about the Netflix transitions.
With Disney Plus.
Yeah, we did, and that they changed the logo and all the YouTube music.
That was hilarious.
It's such a weird thing. They took away Netflix Presents and the Netflix original series off of the intro sequences.
Like that I get, but I'm still blown away about the album covers.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, especially because they're still not really being mature on Disney Plus yet. That's weird, number one. Number two, they're not, quote, Disney Plus original shows. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, like there are things that have been added to Disney Plus and like exclusively Disney Plus, but not marketed as Disney originals, and these haven't yet. These specifically have the Disney Plus logo now on the soundtrack art. It's just hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess quickly at the Nolan trilogy, can't remember much what I said.
Generally, you liked it?
Yes.
Generally.
Yeah. I mean, like, I didn't have any real negatives.
No.
Yeah.
You thought, like, Batman's voice was a bit goofy.
Okay, but, like, we stated that
like,
the first time
I think everyone agrees with that aspect.
Okay. I did say, because of Bane's voice, it was easier to take Batman's voice seriously in that movie. Because we had two stupid-sounding people, and then it evened it out.
Yeah.
Honestly, not even that Bane sounded stupid. It's just almost like I'm used to it kind of thing at that point.
Yeah. I was geeking out more about, like, Dark Knight. Oh, Joker. And here's some behind-the-scenes things.
That's true.
But, you know, that's fine.
Yeah. No.
But
He
that's
did
okay.
so well.
That's life.
Okay, well, speaking of Joker,
Yes. Let's. I guess we should. I guess we should.
I guess you can talk about that.
I can talk about that. There was
I'll listen.
this past week. There was a deleted scene released for the Batman movie where we have a sort of interrogation scene with this version of the Joker. We knew that it was coming. The director said, like, we had this deleted scene with this character, and we'll release it to you guys so you guys can see it. And it's a really good scene. Well done. It's a very different take on Joker, as they all are. But this one is disturbing, kind of.
Really?
I mean, my gosh, the makeup in that movie is so good. Because they're really pushing what you can do with makeup.
Mhm.
So here it's like, oh, it's so gross. But it's really cool. I can see why they left it out of the movie, because it would just... everyone would be thinking about that instead of our main villain. And plus, it's just kind of repetitive.
So was that more like a in the middle of a movie kind of scene?
Yeah, it would have been in the middle of the movie. Batman visits this character to, like, get his opinion on things. But, like, the character comes back at the end of the movie to, like, tease future stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm glad that they released the scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good scene. I can understand why it's not in the movie, but,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't really care either way, so... you know?
It still is amazing to me that, after Heath Ledger, that they still have confidence to do the Joker. Not to mention the Joker movie itself, but, even to bring him back for this new Batman series. And they're like, we feel like we can do this again in a way that people like. It's crazy to me.
Everyone just loves the character. So, like, of course they're going to use him. Like, he's appeared in, like, almost every animated project ever, because of course you can. But yeah, Joker. That's me.
So I don't. You were probably the one who said it, but they incorporated elements into this Batman movie that they were hoping to do for, was it the Affleck movie or something that they didn't? I forget. Right?
No.
No.
Oh, right. Like the original idea for Yeah. So originally this movie was supposed to be Ben Affleck's Batman movie.
So my curious thought. So because you say the Joker appears at the end of the Batman movie, is he still in prison?
I mean, yeah.
Will they incorporate elements that they're hoping to do with Heath Ledger?
I doubt that. I don't think they'll do that, because I think they did that with Bane.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, right. You talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about Bane's character.
That wasn't recorded. That no one knows.
Right. No one knows this. No one knows this. I know this. But yeah, this is not related to Nolan at all, so they're not going to. It's in Matt Reeves' hands, so he decides what to do. Good on him. He's a good director. Yeah, I think that there's very little that would resemble the original idea for Ben Affleck's movie. Besides the core of it being, like, character driven, and maybe one or two things, but yeah, it's not. They made it their own film.
Mm-hmm.
While also being heavily inspired by comic book stories, which I was quite surprised when I saw some of those things. It was like, oh, that's straight from the comics. Cool.
Would you want them to eventually incorporate Robin?
I mean, we need a Robin in live action. We haven't had a proper Robin since the 90s. We've had... There's the show Titans that has a Robin there, but, like, that show sucks. So you know, but we've not had the proper Batman and Robin duo since the 90s in live action. We see it in comics and animation all the time, but never in live action. I miss that because they're good characters.
Mm-hmm.
They might do Robin later,
Right.
but
I feel
we'll
like
see.
later. So this Joker is good. You're saying so far?
It's a good performance. Like, is it my favorite Joker? No.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, it was a bit hard to understand what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And the actor is, you saw Eternals, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like the mind control guy.
Druig sucks.
Huh?
Druig sucks is the line from Eternals.
All right. Yeah, Druid. That actor was the Joker in this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't recognize him at all.
I saw photos. I'm like,
yeah. You know, the makeup is so crazy in this movie. There's like this one character who just looks nothing like the actor, and it's crazy. I'm happy for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like it's different, and I can appreciate them taking a different take on this.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I have what I love, and you know what? It's fine.
Mm-hmm. I thought of one other thing. I think it was the previous episode that I mentioned. I just want to re-mention again, and hopefully shorter. But I realized that both fans and critics take the MCU too seriously, and honestly, for some reasons, for good reason. But honestly, at the end of the day, we take it too seriously. Just yes, it needs competition to improve. Hopefully, the Batman will help inspire that. But at the same time, people just realize it's for fun, and that's more to critics. And then for fans, it's not perfect cinema. Get a brain, watch other things.
Right.
And since I'm so good at repeating stuff, I'll just end it there. But I just wanted to repeat that because that was lost in the archives.
Yeah. I'll go briefly over last week's PureFlix.
Oh yeah.
Like to repeat some things like Pieces
Jonathan
of
Sperry.
Easter. Huh?
Jonathan Sperry.
Yeah, the sequence to Jonathan Sperry. I thought it was a nice coming of age story.
Mm-hmm.
Things I said, like I wasn't happy with how they dealt with the old guy dying out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like he just walks to his house. Oh hey, there's a funeral now. Okay. Besides that, I thought it was a nice movie. One of the better Christian movies, even though I think consistently their way of doing things are about 15 years behind. Then I saw Pieces of Easter, which is a simple story that I liked that had contrasting characters, but like the film's not great.
That was the another man and woman story.
Yes. You know, like the travel stories.
Yeah.
Essentially. Terrible pacing, had a lot of montages, but that were very slow.
And unnecessary.
Very unnecessary.
Let's color some eggs. 5 minutes.
and let's show us like coloring every single egg.
You know what? They should just, in order to promote the movie, they should just upload that part to YouTube and call it "How to Do Colored Eggs."
Yeah. So, yeah, this past week I didn't watch anything else because I was busy.
Okay.
Because of my play reading.
Yeah, and how did that go, John?
It went fine.
Oh, just good. Fine?
I mean, it went. It was pretty much what I expected. It was good.
Okay.
I was a little disappointed by, like, I kind of wanted more people to be there, but, like, apparently this was the worst day to do it.
Really?
Because, everyone was doing other things at that time. There were Bible studies going on at that time. You had people doing other projects at that time. It just wasn't a great time to do it. But
what universe are those people living on?
they're theater. They're always doing stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, but they should support their friends.
It's fine.
It's Sunday.
They don't normally come to these things anyway, but like I kind of wish they did. So
yeah, they're fun. They're fun to go to.
Yeah, like that was really the main thing I was disappointed about, because like the main people that were there were older people, and my show is not geared towards older people. It was more
Oh, John, you need to write timeless plays,
right. Well, no, like what I mean is the style of like my writing and the comedy would work better for a younger audience, because the older people wouldn't react as much.
And I guess they didn't react as much.
No, so the main ones that did react were the younger people that were there.
Hmm.
And it's like I really wanted more of my college level people there.
Yeah.
To get more. Yeah.
Did you have a line where a character points at someone's shoes and yells, "What are those?"
No, I'm not talking about that.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
That.
I still hate the fact that was in Black Panther. I hate that so much.
Thing is, before that movie, I had never heard that phrase.
Really?
Yeah, so that was my first time seeing that.
See, that it's like a pure meme that lasted 3 months that somehow made it into the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that because the movie is not a meme. It's they're trying to tell some form of a serious story. Sorry, I got pissed off right there.
I'd also given you my movie mix. You had listened to it once, but you're gonna listen to it again for more in-depth analysis. So that's coming later.
Okay, John, what kind of analysis would you want?
Just like your thoughts. I don't know.
Because I mean, I kind of said this last week, but it's a little hard because
I know
instrumental music.
Yeah, that's why like you're going over it again, because it's hard for sure. Mm-hmm. But don't worry. After the battle mix, I'll give you a break from instrumental and like show you a band that's not that well known.
Okay. Got it. All right. I will try harder, John. I apologize.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
But I will say, like the previous week, I didn't listen to a lot of music that I wanted to. And so this past week, I was able to get to some things that I've wanted to get to.
Okay.
So I think that was pretty cool. Just getting back in. I feel like this past few weeks, I've been kind of getting back into a normal routine after rehearsals. So it's nice to have normal routine back. I recorded some YouTube videos today for the first time in over a month. So hopefully I'll be able to release those. Actually, one of the videos tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, life is fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel so bad for not getting to those.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, this past week I just spent the entire week focused on this play. So
how many rehearsals did you have?
Like 2. But like the focus is also writing. It's because it wasn't finished. So there's that. But yeah. Now I can focus on doing work. Actual schoolwork for once. But yeah. With that, I didn't really watch anything.
Mm-hmm.
I watched one movie. Super 8. I rewatched.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a J.J. Abrams movie. It's just because I was listening to the soundtrack for like deciding what to do if I wanted to put that somewhere. And I was like, oh, I remember this. I'm gonna watch the movie. I did. It's It's aged a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but I still think it's decent.
So I watched something.
Oh yes, you did.
I
You
did.
did. You told me
did.
this.
Yeah, because I had a feeling I'd forget, and I kind of did. I watched everyone's favorite Marvel TV show, Inhumans.
That's strange. Why did you do that?
Well, if Black Bolt is to appear in Doctor Strange,
I see. Okay.
not just Black Bolt, but the actor,
Yeah.
I'm like, why not?
Okay.
Just like I'm planning to watch the first Fantastic Four movie just to get a glimpse of who Mr. Fantastic is,
Okay.
not for the movie, but for the character.
Yeah.
This case, both in character and actor. I mean, it wasn't that bad where I couldn't finish, kind of thing,
I don't think it's that bad where you can't finish, but it's just not great.
It's boring.
It is really boring.
I actually
It's more
legitimately
boring than
the
it
last
should be.
handful of episodes, I actually just played games on my phone and listened to the dialogue. Honestly,
Okay.
I mean,
Of course, like you had no context for what the character should be, so you can't really complain too much.
that's true. That's true.
But like
I-
you can understand just from the first episode when Medusa's hair gets cut off, and that's the main attribute of her character.
Mm-hmm. I
And,
mean,
like,
I do think it was an interesting move, but that's
like
not a move you'd make for a first season.
or even the first episode. But like we know exactly why they did that.
And
Because CGI is too hard. And we don't want to deal with that. So we're just cut off that character's only great attribute. Besides the character, but like their main thing that they're known for, that people would want to see the show for.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's not interesting.
You I forget where I was going with that.
Mm.
Well, but it seems like fans in general have complained about the CGI at the show. In general.
Yeah, I mean it's a show,
Uh-huh.
so of course.
Well, I was looking stuff online. They were even talking about the small budget they had. I'm like, what? So like, did all the budget go into the fact that it was IMAX?
Yes, I would
That's
say so.
dumb.
Like one in IMAX, two in Hawaii. That would be it.
Yeah, I saw an article that said for Eternals they had one rule: don't go to Hawaii because of Inhumans.
Okay.
Inhumans really strained their relationship with Hawaii, so the Eternals could not go to Hawaii. Isn't that crazy?
Well, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had. Yeah, I mean the show in general is just one
I don't know.
boring.
It
Boring. It's also like and also partly unbelievable. Because you have your main villain who's just a normal guy who doesn't really do anything. And yet this entire city of Inhumans who don't ever use their powers.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
But use guns. They follow him. Where actually in the comics and what you'll see that's Fantastic Four. But when I saw in Fantastic Four, he's a brilliant guy. He uses technology to get over things, and that's how he got in charge. Here, he's just, I don't know.
I forget how he got in charge.
Influential, but I don't know.
Somewhat smart, but
somehow. Who knows?
It's like his biggest fallacy. Sorry, his biggest weakness was the transporting dog.
The transporting dog. That's where their CGI budget went, to the dog.
You know what? That didn't. The transporting didn't even look good.
No.
You know what was goofy? The little intro, and then it shows the Inhumans logo with the dog in the corner.
I saw that. It was like, is that really the intro? That's like a YouTuber's intro. What is this? But like they found just so many ways to make it convenient for themselves. You have that one character who can predict everything, but gets a concussion somehow.
I forgot he got a concussion.
And he can't use his powers properly. Okay. Because, like, he would be too powerful of a character.
Oh, wait. Now I know what you're talking about. Yes. I thought you were talking about the kid who got seizures every time saw the future.
I mean, there's that, too. I don't know what that's a kid. But anyway, you have that Minotaur guy who never uses his feet in a fight. Like, he always... First instinct, I have these legs where if I stomp the ground, it creates earthquakes. What am I going to do? I'm going to punch him. You have guns. I have my fist. I could end this fight right now with my feet, but I'm just going to punch him.
I will say, like, in general, like...
That's a problem with TV shows in general. But, yeah.
In general, at least for the most part, the show wasn't cringy. For the most part. The cringiest parts were the Inhumans' relationships with the humans. Specifically the romantic ones. Those were cringe.
Yeah, cringe.
But the rest of the show was just boring.
I don't think the show was just cringe. It was just like...
It just exists.
It just exists. You have these random surfer dudes who are apparently part of the military.
Formerly, I thought.
Yeah, but they just disappeared from the show.
That was the weird thing I will say, is that, like, they encounter humans, hang out with them for 2 episodes, and then send them off into nowhere.
Right.
I guess they were really trying to set up for, they'll return in the sequel, maybe. Specifically the girl's boy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were hoping to do.
I mean, I am legitimately curious. Like, the showrunner guy or whoever was behind it said, I have, like, a 2nd season outlined and I have an idea for a 3rd season. I am legitimately curious, like, what his plans were, just to see what they were. You know what I mean?
They wouldn't be great.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. But I'm just like,
he doesn't have a good track record. But yeah.
I don't know. Like, I guess I was, especially after seeing the New Mutants, I was expecting horrible, and I didn't get horrible. I just got media.
Yeah,
essentially.
One thing I noticed that was very strange, but like in the last couple episodes, Black Bolt's and Medusa's characters kind of switch, where the start of the season, Medusa's like, your brother cut off my hair, we're gonna kill him. And Black Bolt's reaction is like, kind of sad, doesn't really want to. Then later, Black Bolt's like, I'm gonna kill my brother. Medusa's like, no, don't. Out of nowhere. There's nothing to even signify how or why. But that's just what happened.
No. There was the one Inhuman who died and said, be the leader we need to be, and that touched Medusa.
But that was nothing.
Well, that was enough for her character change.
No, it wasn't. Like, that wasn't even a great interaction.
Medusa really pissed me off during the first half of the show.
Oh my gosh, she was annoying. Please, I need money.
Oh my gosh, she was so entitled. Which, right. I mean, that makes sense.
She's a princess, but like,
Queen.
She's on Earth.
Yeah.
They should know they mean nothing to the Earth. They even... It's very weird, because as soon as they get Earth, they forget everything. Like, the Minotaur guy forgets that the moon's a secret. And he just tells everyone. Everyone starts talking, I'm from the moon, even though it's a big secret.
Right.
Don't tell anyone, it's a secret.
Mm-hmm.
That's a show.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, again, I'm definitely not dying to rewatch it, but there are definitely things out. I would definitely rewatch the show over other things, honestly. Just saying. Because at the end of the day, existing bad is better than what the heck is this bad, aka the New Mutants, in my opinion. I mean, I know you haven't seen New Mutants, but I cannot get over how bad that is.
At least I liked Black Bolt.
Okay, that was actually one thing. I did like him too. Both, I can't 100% say character, but kind of character, but also the actor I thought did well. So honestly, I'm glad he's getting a second shot.
Yeah.
If the rumors are true.
I hope they are.
I hope they are too.
He's like one of the few good things about that show.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even speak.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Oh my gosh. That just sounded so weird.
It sounded so weird.
Yeah.
I saw something interesting that the sign language. Okay, actually, let me harp on that one thing.
Yes.
In comparison to okay, I'm thinking Hawkeye and Eternals. I kind of like the fact that we didn't have subtitles for the I would say ASL, but I will get to that in a moment.
Yeah, I know that.
But I know that there were a handful of times when either they would speak for him or they would rephrase what he said in response, kind of thing. But it was kind of, I just kind of thought it was cool, you know, you know what I mean?
Sure, I get you.
I could kind of give them props for not feeling that we have to have subtitles for what he's saying, even if characters, which makes sense, even if characters did essentially repeat what he said. Not to say I didn't like Hawkeye or Eternals for doing that, but especially Eternals, I'm just like, why would these Celestials make an Eternal with a defect? You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense to me. Hawkeye, I can get. Now, in character, I like the Makari character better than Echo. But, anyways, I did see, though, that it's not ASL he used. Because the argument is that because they're not from Earth, it wouldn't be the same.
Right.
Which is wrong because they were from Earth.
Not them specifically.
Not them specifically, but they observed enough of Earth.
Right.
That he could have picked it up straight from Earth. Why would he create his own language? Kind of thing. Because assumedly, he's the only person who speaks in sign. Assumedly. But just the fact that none of the other characters did.
Right.
And let's be honest, Adelan is probably a relatively small community.
Yeah, and plus, most of them don't know anything about Earth, except for the leaders who monitor.
Yeah.
So we don't know how long they've been monitoring.
I don't know. I just feel like I get it, but I don't. And I
get it. I don't think...
I'm not mad about it.
I don't think it bothers me. I don't think it bothers me. But, I understand, he created his own ASL. Okay, that makes sense.
It kind of makes sense. I don't know. I'm not mad about it. But,
yeah. They're from the moon. Don't...
They live on the moon. They're not from the moon.
He's from the moon.
He moved to the moon.
He was born on the moon.
Okay, maybe he was born on the moon.
They moved to the moon thousands of years ago.
Was it thousands of years ago?
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Very early on, they moved to the moon.
Okay. I mean, I didn't have that context. But still. I mean, I knew they were there long enough to have a civilization, but still, they still could have moved there 100 years ago, and that wouldn't have changed the story for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever.
Okay. So, in the comics, am I understanding this correctly?
Okay.
The Inhumans were meant to replace the X-Men in idea?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. They were created around a time where, like, X-Men was with Fox and the main Marvel stuff was, like, with Marvel. And they were like, yeah, technically they're still the same in the comics, but, like, they just wanted to feel, I don't know. So they started getting rid of the X-Men and just doing Inhumans, pretty much.
So, here's the thing, because the X-Men movie, the first one, set up the X-Men really well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I still am a little lost on what Inhumans are. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I get it in, well, you can still explain it. I'm just saying, like, I get it enough, but, like, I got who the X-Men were after that first movie. I still don't get the Inhumans after the whole series.
The X-Men are, like, humans with the genetic potential to do things, while Inhumans are humans who were kidnapped by Kree aliens, experimented on, given some of their DNA to acquire powers, sent back to Earth, and through their generation they had the genetic potential to have powers through Terrigenesis. That's a bit confusing, explaining it to you. But that's pretty much their story.
I find it interesting that they decided to give the humans a more confusing background.
Yes, because they can't do exactly the X-Men because
that makes sense.
They need to be different, you know? How do you distinguish the two? Oh, they're alien blood. Okay. I think they explain this better in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe they do.
Okay, gotcha.
Because
I found out in the past. Because
that's where the background of these characters really come from.
Gotcha.
Terrigenesis is explained in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Is it?
Yes.
I found out a week or two ago that Daisy is an Inhuman. I'm like, okay, now I know, I guess. That has to be.
Really, like, you found that out?
Twitter.
That's a shame. That's a shame. That's a real shame.
I know it is.
Because that was a big plot twist.
Going off like that first episode, I wouldn't have imagined her to be an Inhuman. You know what I mean?
I would have thought her to be something different, something more. But
she just seemed like a normal human.
I mean, if you watch the show more, like, they start revealing more about her parents, and it's like, oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and then I also know who the villain is of the first season as well, and that's
villain. As in what?
the boy that they interrogated in the first season. Sorry, first episode.
What boy?
There's some boy that they let Daisy truth serum on or something, or the other way around. She interrogated him. I forget, but he ended up revealed as a Hydra person, and he died that season or something. That's all I know. I think he died. How about I notice and you don't? I only watched the first freaking episode.
I mean, because I'm thinking of a different main villain. Okay. That's not the main villain then.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Not main villain. Imposter. How's that? Is that a better word?
Imposter. Wasn't that character...
This isn't even an important discussion. Why did I harp so much on this? I'm sorry, John.
Yeah, like now you're making me look this up. Because like now I'm trying to know like who's this character? What actor was in this show? Who knows?
Was a boy, wanted to quote Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who was a Hydra operative.
A boy?
Boy. Not 15-year-old, like one of those 20-year-olds who's as old as Daisy kind of thing.
Oh! You mean part of the main team?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
That's a real shame. Yeah, now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So
dang it.
I have two big wins knocked out of me already with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's a shame.
It is.
That really is a shame.
It is. Because
that's a twist. That was a sad twist as well. It's like, oh no. I like that guy.
For me, thinking about it, it really sucks considering that these seasons are, or most of them are comprised of 22 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, if it was like short, like Inhumans, 8 episodes, it's like, okay, we can get over this quickly. But no, 22 episodes.
Yeah. I mean, that's just TV in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're starting to like get into smaller episodes.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think tell the story in the amount of time you need and get over it. Don't waste time.
But yeah, CW still hasn't learned that.
What, Riverdale got renewed or something, I heard.
A lot of stuff got renewed for another season. We're still waiting on that Powerpuff Girls thing to happen.
Yep.
I have not heard any more news about that.
I find it ironic that they recognize their own failure, but also aren't. Like, how long have these girls been caught up in their contracts that they only recorded a failed pilot episode that they're redoing and we haven't heard anything? You know what I mean? Like, which makes me doubt that they've even recorded either it be a new pilot or even the first freaking season. I feel bad for these girls locked up in these contracts, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there. I mean, I bet they can do other things, but it's like, oh yeah, sorry, I have to go out to Hollywood to be Bubbles.
It's been almost a year now.
Since that script leak?
Well, like, yeah, it has pretty much been.
Honestly, release the original pilot at this point. Just for our amusement. We need it.
Like a month ago, we got something. What did they say?
Oh, did we?
Okay. One of the actors said, "I have to be careful because it's such a big property, and it's kind of a thin line I have to walk, talking about it in any way that doesn't give anything away or say anything too misleading. Where we're at right now, I can confidently say, is that the producers and writer and everybody involved, their last communication with me is that they're very, very, very pleased in a way that we were all not. Okay. The first time we did the pilot, we've all talked about it and likened it to Game of Thrones."
What?
Okay. That did a whole pilot, and then they were like, scrap it, we're going to do this. If we're going to do this, we have to do it right straight out of the gate, or it's not worth it. Okay. I see. Powerpuff is such a high concept show, and the way we wanted to do it was so high concept that there were 99 ways it could have gone wrong, and one way could have gone right. And I think we were close, but we didn't nail it. No, they weren't. That's for a number of reasons. I remember them calling me and being like, "This is how it ended up, and this is what we would rather do." And I was like, "Yeah, I can't even be mad about that. That's fair. Let's do that." Then I think they really just want to get it right. And that's what she said.
How is dropping off the bi-curious townies anything like Game of Thrones?
in the idea that Game of Thrones had their pilot, and then I thought, you know what? No, this sucks. We gotta do this right, and they did it again. That's what they're saying. I didn't even know that about Game of Thrones. Okay, that was so long ago. It's over 10 years ago since that started.
Are you watching that prequel series or not?
It's not come out yet.
But are you gonna?
It's got Matt Smith in it, so maybe.
Okay, I don't know who he is, but
he's an actor. He's also in Morbius. Morbius. That's probably the only reason why I would even watch that movie.
Okay, so did you hear what I heard?
I heard a lot of things about it. Yes.
The fact that they spoiled Michael Keaton, who's in only the post-credit scenes. How do you spoil the post-credit scenes in the freaking trailer? Because obviously they have no confidence in the freaking movie.
No, they didn't. In fact, like they were saying, like I believe someone was saying, it's like, oh, there's little Easter eggs about the different universe. They're not even in the movie. They're just trailer bait, is what I heard.
I will go run up a wall. I don't know.
This movie's gonna suck.
Am I going to see the movie eventually? Yes. Theaters? Heck no. I just want to see it just to say I saw it, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Just to get it over with. Oh my word! I am so not excited for this mess.
Right, and the things that the early reviews said, the only positive that I seen that most of them said was Matt Smith.
What I found interesting is one of the things that the reviews were dogging the most were the post-credit scenes. And I'm like, wow.
I know, yeah, like I don't know what they mean. They're probably. I hope they're wrong. I hope they're just like tired of having post-credit scenes, so they're gonna harp on it. But I hope there's something.
Do you know what I heard? Should I tell you what I heard?
Go ahead.
About okay. I mean, if I could find a tweet, I could pull it up and read it to you. But essentially, here's the thing.
Spoilers.
Michael Keaton, aka Vulture, is not a variant.
No, I heard that. Yeah.
Somehow, Doctor Strange's spell sent him to said universe.
For some reason, yes.
Some reason. Sony's reason, let's be honest.
Right.
Sony just said, hey, let's get Michael freaking Keaton and make up a reason. Blows my freaking brain. Why? Because Sony. Anyways.
I guess they just wanted to use him more because, like, and have him remember who Peter is, I guess.
Freaking dumb.
We haven't seen the movies, but yeah, that sounds freaking dumb.
John, I have no hope for this movie. I would much rather see Venom 3.
I never had hope for this movie.
Anyways. Well, I mean, I didn't either, but just like they could have done something decent. You know what I mean? Like they could have marketed poorly and it be at least a 5-star movie. You know what I mean?
That's Venom for you.
Sorry, 5 out of 10 for Morbius. I'm talking. I'm saying like I would rather see. Anyways, no. So apparently, because his crimes weren't in that universe, the prison lets him free. So he's like, okay, I want to extract revenge on Spider-Man. Morbius, you want to join me? And Morbius joins him.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw a tweet that was really interesting that said this completely ruins what Homecoming did, is that he decided not to tell Scorpion that he knew who Peter Parker was stuff because he had enough respect for him kind of thing. And the guy in the tweet is like, they've completely ruined that with this Morbius thing, is that now he wants to extract revenge.
I mean, we still haven't seen it, so like we don't know.
Well, if this post-credit scene thing is true, that's... And then also, yeah, there's said to be a Spider-Man in this universe, but Morbius blindly, I guess, follows along to extract revenge on Keaton's Spider-Man.
That doesn't sound like Morbius to me. We'll see what happens.
I can find his tweet. I want to find his tweet now.
No, I saw that tweet. I know what you're talking about.
What, the details?
Well, yeah.
Then why did you let me rant about it?
Because you wanted to.
No, I did it because I thought you didn't know.
Which part?
The post-credit scenes.
Yeah, I knew about that.
How did you? I thought you didn't.
I did. I just thought in case there was more, go ahead and tell me. But yeah, I knew about that.
Fair. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. But yeah, no. Matt Smith is an actor from Doctor Who. That's how I know.
Why did he agree to be in this atrocity of a movie?
Because he's the only hope. And really, I just want to see him in more things, so... hey, at least he's in something.
I bet you're going to wait till it hits digital, at least.
I'll wait until it's on Hulu. 3 years from now. Or if one day Disney Plus decides to agree with Sony and we're like, okay, let's put this together.
I mean, ideally, it will be hitting Netflix.
What?
Like, the I don't know what the term is, but the phase one of like the digital release, Netflix has the rights to these Spider-Man movies from Morbius on to a certain year. Okay. So like the upcoming Into the Spider-Verse, whatever MCU Spider-Man movies, Netflix will have the rights to for a few years.
And so, Spider-Verse was on Netflix for a time.
Yeah. So ideally Morbius will be hitting Netflix after theater release. Ideally.
Speaking of Netflix.
What this time?
So, they're getting rid of Star Trek: The Next Generation, which I expected to happen.
I guess it's going to Paramount?
It is. It's going straight there. Which is sad, because that's one of the ones that I'm currently watching through.
Time to get Paramount.
Yeah, I wrote down where I left off in case I wanted to continue there. But like, this is one of those shows that I just watch slowly. I started watching Star Trek in general like 10 years ago, and just steadily, casually, every once in a while, watch a few episodes. And like, it's a shame because they've all been on Netflix.
Honestly, I will say good on Paramount and good on these other platforms for like reclaiming their content.
Yeah, but still, it's like, oh, really? That's where I watch this show.
So I realized this about Netflix a few days ago because me and my friend were trying to go through, the Batman movies, and he was going to go on a trip when we were going to watch The Dark Knight. That's why we paused, because he lost connection. Because the way he was streaming it, I'm like, it's on Netflix, and he for some reason I agreed to get a free trial of Netflix for him, only to realize that Netflix no longer has a free trial.
Oh no.
And then I looked at the prices, which you're probably more acquainted with. I couldn't believe it. They make you pay in quality?
Pay in quality what?
You could $10 a month for 480p, like $17 a month for 1080p, and $20 for 4K.
Well, that's new.
Is that new?
That's new. Because before the pricing was just on how many people could access the account.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now it's like, do you want to watch your movies in 480p? You can pay us $10 a month. No, I'll just go to Disney Plus where I can watch things for 4K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the Nolan stuff is also on HBO Max, so.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. It's just that fact that I have access to HBO Max, but that's for me, and not for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he could get a free trial.
He could, but I don't think, does he have a credit card? Anyways. I mean, I would have spent the fun month on Netflix. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Probably watch a little Seinfeld or something. I don't know. You know, I just couldn't believe it. They make you pay for quality. That's how desperate Netflix is. Do you want to watch in 4K? You'll have to pay $10 extra a month.
Yeah. That's a shame.
And then you heard about the password sharing thing?
The what?
Netflix is testing out something that if you share your password with other people, they'll charge you more. You haven't heard about this?
No.
No? Anyways, ironically, that'd still be cheaper than getting your own Netflix account. So, but yeah.
Like, I don't know how they would do that.
I don't know how they would do it, but I don't know, they're desperate for money.
Sure, you're like, I mean, families can share. That's the whole point.
But obviously, people outside of family share.
Right, but like, how do you determine? I mean, this is my family's account. They're in Ecuador. I'm here.
We'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah, I'm not paying for it.
That's true. That's true. Oh my gosh. I'm blown away because Netflix, we've talked about this. Netflix doesn't really have anything anymore.
No, they don't.
And they somehow feel justified in paying people $20 a month.
Yeah.
That's how poor they are.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what they're going to do.
It's crazy to me. Like, quite literally, every single other streaming platform service has to be cheaper at that point.
Yeah, everything else is so much cheaper at this point.
They don't make you pay for quality. It's just the ads, pretty much.
I have Discovery Plus.
Oh, did you watch it? Are you going to watch the Hillsong thing?
Oh, I saw that there. I'm not.
I don't think... Well, I don't have Discovery Plus, so...
Like, I have no context for that, so, like, I don't want to get into that, so...
That's fair.
I don't know if it's true or just, like, them trying to...
It probably would be true.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I mean, we talked about the Liberty thing. You know? Like, they hide stuff, kind of thing. They suppress things.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Hillsong did the same thing. So,
yeah.
At the same time, it's not... Like, Liberty, we cared about because we're part of it.
Yeah.
But Hillsong, we're not. It's more of them being a monopoly that's why people care. If I had access, I might watch it. But because I don't, it's not high priority for me.
Right.
And plus, I bet it'd be depressing as heck. Not to say I can't do depressing things, but I'd rather bore my brain out with Inhumans.
Yeah. I don't need to watch this. I feel sad about these poor Christians.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, the biggest news of late is Will Smith at the Oscars.
Not even 24 hours ago.
Not even 24 hours ago. That's a thing.
That was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I have mixed feelings about it being a meme.
I mean meme culture in general is they have to do something, but
Right.
sure.
I don't know. I just feel like if he thought it was that sensitive of a topic, should we be sensitive along with him, kind of thing. But
I mean,
regardless, there's some
weird
hilarious
topic.
memes out there.
It's a weird thing.
It is
Because
a weird thing.
he was laughing at it
That's what I saw.
at first, and then, but his wife was not having it. So then he goes up and slaps him. It was just so weird. And it's like the fact that in the US they just cut the silence, they just cut the sound, and it's just so awkward for everyone not knowing what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I saw on YouTube that like the Guardian like posted a clip of it, and when I last checked it, it had like 40 million views in 11 hours. I'm so curious how many more views it has now.
Yeah, but no, that was like such a weird thing.
It is.
Like, okay, well, okay, I don't care.
Yeah, I kind of agree. By the way, it's at 51 views 17 hours ago from the Guardian News. I kind of agree. I kind of don't care as well.
Like, sure, it is assault, but do I really care? Does it infect my life? No.
No.
He punched him. So
Yeah.
what? They're professionals. Yeah. They can deal with it.
Yeah. Like I said, send all the celebrities to an island, let them sort out their problems and leave them there. And also no internet for them.
We come back. They're all dead.
Yeah, as much as I have mixed feelings about it being a meme now, I'm in it for the memes.
The format is funny. Like I saw some. I've seen a couple funny things. It's like yeah, that's true.
I saw one hilarious one. My friend made it. I thought it was the funniest.
And the thing is, like, there's different formats of this meme. It's not just one meme. There's different styles to it, which is funny.
Take a look at this.
I'm taking a look at it. A pack of meat at Walmart. Me slap. Do you do this?
No, that was my friend.
Uh-huh.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I could see that.
You laughed, John. You laughed.
I did. It is funny.
Oh my gosh.
I used to slap meat. At Walmart. The processed foods.
Oh my gosh.
Don't take this out of context, please.
That is the funniest one I've seen. So I have listened. So there were a few bad songs I've listened to this year.
Okay.
You don't care, but I care.
But I saw you posted something.
Oh, you did? Okay. So for the fun of it, despite John not caring, but we talk about random things that the other person don't care about. So
yeah,
it's just kind of normal at this point. Worst songs of 2022 so far. No one cares, but I care because I heard the worst one today. And I'll get into that in a moment.
Okay.
The third worst is by NMIXX. I'm assuming that's pronounced NMIX. I don't know. The song O.O. I don't even know. That's a K-pop group from one of the big three K-pop agencies. At the end of the day, you know, if there's anything more manufactured, well, I mean, there's camaraderie, there's training more than there is with American pop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they're still, at the end, they kind of manufactured, and I think this is the best example. It's a group of 7 girls who have essentially become like leftover girls that the company, I think good on their end, decided to put together. if I'm missing context, we don't have enough listeners to tell me that I'm wrong. But here's the thing: like each of these companies will announce like one new boy group and girl group for quote each generation. We're still in the fourth generation. JYP announced a second girl group for this fourth generation. So, and then from what I'm seeing, like these are girls who survived from like third generation or something. So like these girls have been around for a bit. So like on one end, I'm glad that they finally debuted in the group. You know what I mean? Because you can be stuck in this training process for years and never make it. You know what I mean? YG has said that they were to debut a new girl group. We were expecting that in 2019. It's 22. These 4 girls are still trainees. That's just not fair. So I'm glad the girls debuted. There's no hate against the girls. The songs are trash. The 2 songs they released, and the one in question, O.O, is, you know how like, well, you're not a metal fan, but like you know how metal songs can like evolve and change and such. That's not super reflective in pop songs. There are some. Honestly, one of the K-pop agencies, SM, has done a few of those kind of songs. They work. But JYP is like, let's try it, and it doesn't work. It freaking doesn't work. It sucks so much. And then the other song that I didn't mention here, but the song Tank, the chorus goes something like freaky fishy fishy freaky fishy freaky fishy fishy. Like, what is this? The worst part is that like some of these girls are underage and they're singing freaky fishy 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 freaky fishy. It's so uncomfortable to me. The second worst song is Machine Gun Kelly with Will Smith's daughter Willow, Emo Girl. It's just bad. First off, Machine Gun Kelly is not an accurate representation of rock. He's such an elitist. He thinks he's king. He's so bad. And the song is, if you know anything about his history, he just seems a little bit of a predator, almost. Like there's nothing like documented where he's been like canceled by the Me Too movement kind of thing. But there's enough things that he said where it's like, bruh, how have you not been canceled kind of thing. And so a 30-year-old man or around 30 years old singing about an emo girl making her sound like a teenager kind of thing. It's a gross song. And it's not an accurate representation of emo. Not that I know anything about emo, but I know it isn't. The worst song this year, okay? I recorded 5 reaction videos this year, okay? Today. And so one of them, I went through the Skillet album, Dominion, released this year. Now, first off, I'm glad I was able to get these videos done. It's a huge milestone for me. After over a year, finally being able to do these videos. The new Skillet album, I'm not a huge Skillet fan anymore. In comparison, the last album isn't that bad. The very last song on the album is horrible. Horrible. John, I almost want to play it for you and get your reaction.
Do what you want.
Okay. Well,
probably if you send it to me, I'll listen to it. Sure.
Yeah, we'll probably do that off podcast just so that, you know, I don't know. I just want to abide by copyright stuff and not get you in trouble kind of thing, you know?
Oh, you mean like reaction?
I'm not saying we record a reaction. I'm just saying let's just do it after the podcast so I can get your reaction.
You want to see my reaction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's that bad. It's that bad.
Okay.
To my listeners, if you're having a great day and you want it to be ruined, please listen to White Horse by Skillet. Sorry, that is the real reason I was so pissed off earlier today. So pissed off. You want to let me play this for you.
What?
What?
What are you playing? Don't do it.
No, I'm not playing the song.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'm smarter than that. I have a brain. I have a life. And stuff. I'm trying to pull this up. Almost there.
Hi, Mateo. I hope you're doing well, because I'm not.
Oh, that's you.
I shouldn't have screamed at 7 in the morning, and people are probably sleeping. Mateo, I just listened to a beautiful, wonderful album called Dominion by Skillet. In a general sense, not that bad for Skillet. What the heck is Whitehorse? What is that freaking song? What is this? This sounds like a 12-year-old who discovered how to use a DAW, and then he's like, oh, let me run John's voice through 10 different vocal filters, not to mention John whispering. No! What is this?
Okay.
I am dying right now. I hate this so much.
I was so dead earlier this morning.
Oh.
It took me like a solid 2 hours to recover from that. I was so pissed off.
Is it okay? I see.
Yeah.
That bad, huh?
It was that bad.
Hmm.
Like, I don't want to listen to the song again, but I have to because I have to edit this reaction. But I'll listen to it again one more time with you to get your reaction.
I don't think I'll have that reaction, but okay.
No, John, it's bad. It's bad.
Like, it's nothing like VeggieTales.
What do you mean nothing like VeggieTales?
You know, like the VeggieTale rap that you showed me.
Oh,
where I had a personal connection to the song.
Are you saying you hated that?
I hated that.
Oh.
Remember? It's like, I know you got your style, but to hate your style is what I said. That's the quote.
Now I need to find this video.
Find it. Release
Okay.
it. It's the best thing we've ever done together.
You know what? Remember what I said? That we should release like clips of our podcast on YouTube? Or
yeah, but that was too much work. That was too much work.
Right, that was too much work for you. And I never capitalized on that.
You can still do that.
I still could do it.
You just need someone to sit through hours, find the best bits.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I don't want to listen to this again.
You don't want to listen to like 100 episodes?
Well, no, I'm not going to go through old episodes. I'd be current.
Like current,
as much.
In what way?
Like
how current?
New episode. Here's a new episode. Here's a snippet. Go listen on Spotify.
Gotcha.
Not just like it would be cool, like in general, to go through the old episodes and find the best parts, because there are a lot of hidden gems that we don't remember at this point. That would legitimately be cool, but I don't have that time.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather be like, oh, that was a funny part from last week's episode or this week's episode. Let me promote this.
Okay.
And then now I don't remember much of what happened in our past hour. That was enough for me to be like, oh, let me, like, if like last week, if we saved that episode, I legitimately would have shared you roasting my music. That legitimately would have been a clip I would have shared on YouTube.
It's a shame we don't have that.
It's a freaking shame.
Yeah. You know what would be even more of a shame?
What?
We lost this one.
But you didn't roast my music in this one. But yeah, it would be a shame to lose it 2 weeks in a row.
Yes. And we're hoping if you're hearing this, that we didn't lose this.
Mm-hmm.
But if we did lose it and you're hearing this, please give it back.
And we'll assume that if next week we complain about this happening 2 times in a row, then it happened 2 times in a row. Yo, if it legitimately happens 2 times in a row, I would think we'd have to look for an alternative. If this keeps happening.
Yeah.
Which you would hate.
I would hate. Like, we would probably have to move the teams. And nobody likes teams.
Nobody likes teams.
Right.
I have to use Teams for work.
Oh, do you?
At least for the most part, it's just based on like schedule and announcements.
I guess there's Zoom. That's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing. Have you ever used Zoom?
Once.
Because I thought at one point you boasted about you never used it before, so I wasn't sure if you actually did.
I used it once for a reading. But yeah, no, I don't use Zoom. I use Skype.
Yeah.
For those of you wondering, the thing that doesn't exist anymore for people.
Yeah, I'm really surprised how like Zoom appeared out of nowhere.
That's COVID for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'd think that people would use stuff like Skype and Discord. I don't know.
Yeah.
Skype and Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the gamers use Discord.
Mm-hmm.
The people who use Skype still use Skype, like me. Zoom just came out of nowhere because teachers needed to find a way. That's the main thing. Meetings and teachers needed to find a platform. Oh, look, there's Zoom. Why not?
And Zoom works for what it does. It legitimately does. I'm just surprised that, like, I don't know. Because I know, like, some people turn to Discord, and also Discord's been trying to market more to people outside of the gaming community. But it's still crazy to me that it wasn't like Discord.
It doesn't record our calls, though, so that's still a thing we need.
I'm actually surprised it doesn't.
I know.
When we recorded one episode on a different platform, was it Teams?
It was Teams.
It was Teams. Yeah, and for some reason, despite it both being from Microsoft, Teams sucked.
Teams sucked. It wouldn't let me download the file.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
Oh, that's
like,
bad.
you can access the file, sure, but you can't download it.
Oh, that's dumb.
Maybe they changed that now, but like at that time, that was like, no, you piece of crap.
Do you remember what you did with that episode?
I don't think we did that episode. We just didn't do it.
So that's 2 episodes we've lost.
I don't even know if it was really something that we lost.
That you didn't upload.
Right, because we mainly just did Skype.
I know, but we tested it first with Teams, and then I think
we tested like something with Teams, not an actual episode.
I legit thought we did one with Discord, but I guess I'm wrong with that. So, but I guess if Discord doesn't record, then we definitely didn't do it with Discord.
We never did Discord.
Honestly, if Discord worked, and if Skype stopped working on us, then I would just use Discord. But Discord, if we can't record through Discord, then
I mean, you could always get different software to do it for you, but who wants to do that?
I'd rather just use Zoom at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I could always do it, but that's more work for me. I don't want to do that.
We don't even know how like the saving of the calls works with Zoom yet.
Yeah, because I'm not the one who saved those.
What do you mean you're not the one who's saving those?
Forget that. That's okay. Not important.
I've forgotten it. No, I didn't. John, what do you mean?
No. The reading I was at, they recorded it. They are the one who did it, not me. So I don't know what they did with that. Anyway, any other thoughts for today?
No.
Okay. Guess we used up all of our motive of conversation. So hopefully by next week, we'll have stuff to talk about. Listen to the music.
Oh, wait.
Mm.
I have something we could talk about for 2 minutes.
Okay.
I started the X-Men animated series.
Congratulations.
I watched the 2-part Sentinel. If it's the pilot or not, I don't know.
It is the pilot.
It is the pilot. Okay. I watched those 2 episodes.
Okay.
It was kind of like I finished Inhumans. I didn't really want to start it, but I'm like, here's the thing. Doctor Strange is essentially a month away. I need to get started. And the thing that's going to keep me watching is the fact that I started it. True, I haven't watched it for a few days. But now it's like, I freaking started it. I have to finish it eventually, kind of thing.
I mean,
Hopefully I'll get to that. And then, like I said, I hope to watch the first Fantastic Four movie by then. That's my personal homework thing.
Congratulations.
For Doctor Strange. Do you hope it goes animated in Doctor Strange?
I think they will.
Do you think Doctor Strange will be animated?
That's the interesting thing. If they do, it's cool. Mm-hmm. However, it'd also be cool if they didn't.
Right. The Blue's Clues situation.
Yes. We'll see.
I'd kind of be down for that.
Because, like, I think they'll probably go animated for just to be like, oh, look, now they're animated. Cool.
Uh-huh.
Because that's how they typically do it.
Right.
But, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Okay. I hate to expose a friend like this, but I will. I'm not going to say who. But I have a friend who saw No Way Home recently for the first time, and he didn't love it. He's more of a film critic. He's not crazy about the MCU anymore. That makes sense. This is the thing that shocked me. He rated, No Way Home 2.5 stars out of 5. On the account he gave the ratings, Black Widow had 3 stars. Admittedly, he did say if I watch Black Widow again, I'll probably reduce the rating. But I'm still like, buddy! He's like, why are you freaking out about half a star? I'm like, it's not necessarily the fact that I'm freaking out about half a star. He gave Black Widow 3 stars. And he said this, and I want your thoughts on it. He said he believes that Black Widow was more self-aware than No Way Home.
But that doesn't mean it's good.
Doesn't mean it's good or not. I mean, on his end, as a result, he enjoyed it more. My thought is I disagree.
I don't think it is self-aware.
I don't think so
sure,
either.
I think the only self-aware thing is Yelena talking about
the pose.
Pure poses, but besides that, it's not. It's just a repeat of Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it is. Not to mention they had the same face mask thing. That.
Yeah.
And then we have a big organization fall from the sky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Again, Black Widow is the most formulaic MCU movie. I swear.
Shame.
But no, if anything, I think No Way Home is more self-aware. Dare I say, because of the 3 Spider-Men.
It is more like not self-aware, but more self. Like I said, parody writing in terms of the characters. Reusing dialogue. It's like aware of like some of the tropes of the classic older movies. It's like
okay, but that's fan service.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say that's parody writing.
Okay.
Because that's where the self-aware thing is. Like we both fell into this thing. Man, you gotta watch where you fall.
Okay,
like,
that's okay, but I didn't like the fan service of stuff like I'm something with
yeah.
Like that's funny one time, and then I never want to see that in the 21 movie again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if there ever has to be a theater cut, it has to be like those jokes that only make sense in the theater that one time and never again. Not that I want there to be a theater cut like that. Anyways, no, I personally think Black Widow was too serious of a movie. They took the movie so seriously. Personally, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I cannot get over the fact of how much I actually strongly dislike Black Widow. I guess after we watched, are you still coming?
I'm still coming. Yeah.
You are? Okay.
I'm still coming.
Official, I guess.
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, okay. I'm coming. I'm gonna be there for Doctor Strange.
Okay. Are you coming for the weekend of Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's my hope. Yes.
Okay, what day are you coming?
See, I want to be there before commencement because traffic will be hell when that day comes. Because commencement's like the 5th or the 6th, so definitely like the 4th maybe.
Oh, you actually might. Holy. Yes. Let me look at the calendar.
Or the 5th.
Buddy,
Yeah.
if you actually arrive on Wednesday,
Mhm.
the 4th, we can go see it on the 5th. Premiere night. Preview night.
Like what time on the 5th?
Nighttime. Probably be 7:30ish.
I mean, the same thing can be like me coming straight to you to the theater. That's the same thing can be achieved that way. But yeah, pretty much.
What do you mean?
If I drive straight to you,
Well,
then we
okay,
can-
my thought is after driving 7 hours that day, you're going to be tired.
15,
Oh, you're going to go straight?
maybe.
Buddy, you're going to drive 15 hours and see Doctor Strange like that?
Not when you say it like that. Probably not.
Exactly.
But like it's a hypothetical, that could happen.
Come on, buddy, arrive on the 4th.
I'll
Sleep.
I'll
Sleep.
try.
I think that'd be because you know me. I want to see it ASAP.
Yeah, I know, because I want to be there too for that.
Okay, so that means when tickets go on sale, I'll get to.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for reminding
We'll
me.
confirm that. We'll confirm that.
Oh, you want to confirm that? Because you're not 100%?
No, I think I'm gonna. Okay, I think that's for me. I'll confirm. I'll be there at that time.
Okay. Got it. All right.
It's official,
So
it's official now.
it's official.
As soon as you buy this tickets, it's official. I'll be there.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm
'Cause
pretty sure I'll be done.
I checked our schedule and we only have one show that day. That's a 3:30 show, so I will be off in time to see Doctor Strange. I mean, theater hasn't had times yet, but you know.
Okay.
It's official. You're actually coming. The heck?
I mean, were you doubting that I was actually going to come?
I knew you would. We just didn't put that solidly into plan.
Oh,
Also,
I've been doing it myself, solidifying the plan. Like, when would I arrive? But like, I was like, I wasn't gonna give you officially until I was like determined. Okay, these are when full school. I'm officially done with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which May 1st is really the last thing.
Is that the last day of school?
That's when the last day of a show that we're doing.
Okay.
And that has to be the last day of school because commencement's that weekend itself.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of my stuff is like the last week of April.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah. Okay. So when's finals?
The last week of April. That's when that starts.
Okay. Sweet. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, I had confidence you would come. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't. It's not that I didn't trust you, John. It's not that I didn't believe you. It's just, again, we didn't really talk about it enough for me to like know.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's essentially official, and
it's official. Now the only question is, in contentment, is like driving there or taking a train.
Right.
Driving is the most likely option, but like my dad will help me figure this out.
Okay. I'll say especially if you take a train, try to come Wednesday if I'm to pick you up.
Yeah, I would like to have the option to drive around myself.
Exactly, and I think you should.
Yeah,
have that option.
But like, it's the drive there. I don't want to stop at a hotel, and that's the big concern.
Okay. Do you have any friends like in Nashville?
No.
Rip. I have like, I don't know, a handful of LU friends in Nashville. So, do you want to take a pit stop in Florida and spend the night with CJ?
That's like the same distance. I would if I could.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Wow, we're actually doing this.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. You know, I can't
I'm
wait
getting-
for us to do this and then do some Star Wars.
Yeah.
In Sydney today, we started watching Star Wars. So,
Okay. Which one? First one?
Yeah.
Nice. What? So I'm assuming you guys haven't done Endgame yet.
That's next.
That's next. And I'm assuming the last one?
Yes.
Man. In a little over a month, I'm going to watch Star Wars for the first time. That's crazy to think about.
It is crazy to think about.
You're so excited. I hate it.
I am so excited. I've been waiting so long for this. Not like this for you, but like being able to have someone else who I can introduce Star Wars to someone else.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Like the next opportunity would likely be when I have kids.
right.
But like I want these rare things.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, honestly.
Yeah.
Because again, like everybody grew up with Star Wars except for me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun time.
It will be a fun time.
Oh my
I'll
god.
have a fun time.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is stupid. Laugh, laugh, laugh. There'll probably be some of those moments. I can probably get to that, but I'll have a good time.
Okay. Wow. Wow. It's happening. Wow.
It's happening.
It's happening.
But yeah,
Sleep schedule is gonna be so screwed thanks to you.
it will be. It will be. I mean, mine's good. Mine is like gonna be so strained from the drive.
Again, like you get to your Wednesday, you sleep into Thursday kind of thing. And then
I
we
don't-
go see the movie.
I'm a weird guy. I don't know if I would sleep right away. We'll see.
I know you wouldn't sleep right away, but I'm saying like you'd have the time to sleep
Mm.
and not be overwhelmed right away by seeing Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's what I'm essentially saying. Like I like again, if you're gonna drive 15 straight hours, no way you want to see a movie in freaking IMAX.
I mean, we could talk more about this outside the podcast, but
Okay.
You know.
I just still think about the fact that I got sick after seeing No Way Home, and that has literally scared me away from the theater.
okay.
Like
I-
people are like, you have to see the Batman in theaters. Like, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, it will be on HBO Max next month.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's gonna be in HBO Max. I have a projector. I have speakers. I literally create the theater experience in my own home.
Right.
Chill.
Sure.
I'm not gonna go get sick in IMAX for the Batman because I don't care. Like, I want to see it, yes, but I'm not dying to see it.
Right.
Chill.
Sure.
I don't know. Like, I'm not. I didn't grow up. Well, you know, I didn't grow up in the theater, so the theater experience really doesn't mean that much to me.
Hmm.
Like, just I went from a period from like 8 years old to 21, essentially never stepping into a theater. I did not grow up with a theater. So yeah, it just all the theater really means to me is a big screen, which I will say it is cool seeing things big and enlarged. But honestly, in my mind, it's more cool seeing it small than big. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because then if you see it big and then it's reduced to small, then it loses its impact.
Yeah. And that is the thing. It does lose its impact when you get to the small. But it's also like the big thing being you have a good crowd.
That's the thing. Like,
and
that's
that's-
not the Batman.
No, it's not. Definitely not the Batman. It's not a good
Exactly.
crowd.
Like
It's not that kind of movie.
if I could re-experience Endgame, I would. Kind of thing, you know?
That was an
But
appearance.
That's not the Batman. So
Yeah.
for your theater experience, I have mine.
So anyways, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.